computer programming. So let me share my screen. The entire screen. All right. Not that one. We will continue on that after this. So we are still doing this topic, chapter 3 or lecture 3, and we have gone through the structure for coding, and we talk about identifiers. Where is the structure for coding? Yeah, I guess you have seen that before. We talk about variables, how we have to define variables in terms of where we call these variables identifiers. Okay. Want to display this one. Data types. Data types. We have the square bracket, the parentheses, and braces. Sometimes we separate data with commas and end the line with the semicolon. And occasionally we have to use colon and star, as well as the hashtag. And we have talked about some of the commonly used data types like void. We seldom use this, but occasionally we have to use void. And then, but more often than not, we are going to use integer for numbers that do not have decimal points. Character is for each letters and numbers. If they are to be used as input or output, so we can define them as character or char. That reminds me of char kway teow. Don't you think so? And then for or double, and then for Boolean, it is either true or false. Okay, let's go into this stuff. So we can have these data types, and later on we can also create our own data type. We can define our own data types, but that's a bit advanced. Okay, so I guess we have gone through this. For integer, we usually just use the integer. Don't worry about short or long, and just use the regular integer, because that alone, the range of number that you can use is from a negative 2.147 billion to the positive of 2.147 billion. So that's a lot of numbers that you can use, but without the decimal point. And then for float and double, usually if you have you are not worried about space or memory size, you can use double. So I like to use double, but if you think you have to be concerned with memory, then float will be using half the size, half the memory size. Boolean, and we are going to use Boolean in a lot of different ways. Okay, I think we have gone through this example where we can kind of get to know what is the size in terms of memory for the data type as well as the identifier that we use here. Okay, and then we have already gone through the use of cin, because we use cout a lot, I guess, and then cin is also, cout is for output, cin is for input. We can have user input where the users have to key in or input some numbers or some response in order to get the output. Okay, so like this one's asking for, so it doesn't, this one is lacking the asking part, but just expecting us to just type in the age, the value for A and also B. Okay, we can kind of change that a little bit. So this one is in the use cout. We have this less than to go with it, as compared to cin. You have to use the greater than. So those part of the symbol or part of the structure or syntax in C++. Different programming language will have different ways to do this. Okay, and then cout will do this, and see how when you have the quotation, double quotation mark, you can put in any words or sentences in between those quotation marks. Whereas for variables or identifiers that will that represent some numbers or output, so you just put them without the quotation mark. Okay. Yep. So displaying a prompt. So this is a prompt where prompt is the question, or the quest. In this case, the question is how tall is the room. So this statement must be within a letter or single number. Than just one character. So you have a lot of characters here, including the spaces. And then cin will, when you answer this thing, cin will identify the answer to be the identifier height. Okay, so it will assign height to the number, whatever number that you input. Okay, so this is some diagram to explain how this thing works. So you're gonna need just like in regular structure of the C++, so you need to include IOStream, and IOStream will have the function cout as well as cin. And then we also talk about the mathematical expression or operations. I think this is pretty much straightforward. I guess one thing that is different from what we usually have is the modulus. Modulus have a modulus, I'll turn it into positive. So -2 in a modulus will be a +2. But here its use is different because it means actually the remainder. When you divide b, divide with 3, what is the remainder that you get? Okay, so in this case, b is 5 and divide by 3. I guess I already showed in the class. And so you have a 5 and then divide by 3. So you put 1 up here. So this will be 3. And you minus that. And you get a 2. A +2. So this 2 is called actually the remainder rem. Remainder, baki. Rem. All right, so same here, another example. So y is 5 divided by, you use the modulus, and x is 4, so 5 divided by 4, 1. So the answer is 1. Yeah? The answer is 1. Okay, so there are a bunch of other things, and I think we are going to see this a lot in the other topics that will come after this. So let's take a look at this one. Okay, so this one, m equals plus k. So if k is 5, so m is what? M, so plus k means m and k becomes 6. M and k become 6. Okay. All right. So that one, I guess, is different from yeah. So plus k, meaning k will be adding add by 1, will increase by 1. So if you have a negative k, or k negative, it will be decreasing by 1. Decrease. Okay, and okay, so those are a lot of. Sometimes in the test, there'll be this kind of okay. If from mathematics, you must have heard the BATMAS, bracket, exponential, division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction. So those are the sequence of operation that we follow. Okay, so here, if we have this kind of things, 3 divided by 5, 13 divided by 5, so the answer will be 2. So on, so forth. Okay, so what I suggest is you can copy this thing and perhaps try it in C++ and see whether you get the answers that you are supposed to get. Okay, I'm gonna keep that. So for example, I'm gonna copy this thing. Copy. Here lah. Yes, I can replace here. Or maybe I can keep this by slash star and stop over here. Star slash. Then that, or maybe use the space bar. Let's see if we can get those answers that we expect. Might as well copy this as well. Copy. Paste. Okay, let's run this thing. This one is using C++ shell. So it doesn't like it. Maybe I need to put this thing using name space I think it likes it. That's no problem. Okay. So you see, there's a lot of confusion there. It becomes very one after another. So I guess to avoid that, I need to have less than ENDL, that's L. So I'm gonna copy that, this line, copies, and paste at all the ends there. In fact, even the last one, and then try to run it again. So now we have that, make it bigger a little bit so that you don't have to strain your eyes to see it. So 13, this is integer actually. So I do not have to declare these numbers because it's not, we're not dealing with identifiers, no variables here, straight up numbers. So 13 is an integer, divided by 5 is also integer. So the answer is going to be this one. So okay, let me check my calculator. So if I have 13 divided by 5, 13 divided by 5 is supposed to be 2.6. So this is just taking the integer 2.6. So the 0.6 is ignored or left out. So 91 divided by 7. 91 divided by 7. That's exactly 13. 13. And then if you repeat the top one, 13 divided by 5.0. So you have an integer divided by this one. You change the 5 integer into 5 that is float or double. So this one will give you 2.6. Okay. So it just gives 13, because 13 and 13.0 is pretty much the same thing. I guess if I put 7.0 here, what will it show? The same thing. I guess the decimal point, if it is 0, so it won't be shown. So it won't show. So it doesn't know whether this is a integer or a float. All right. Any question? So if you have any question, you can message me later on when you have gone through this lecture, this part of the lecture. All right. This one is another thing. 13 divided by 5. So displays 3. How's that so? So 13 divided by 5. So 3 is the remainder. So when you use modulus, both numbers must be integers. One will give you error. Very useful. Maybe try to predict the output while you are at it. All right, and then we have this example. Maybe we have done some of it in the class. Okay, maybe we have not. So I'm gonna just try to copy this thing, copy the whole main, copy. Maybe go to C++. I'm gonna maybe I can replace this thing. And then try to run it. So if I run it, So finally, it's asking us to enter two integral. So you enter two integral numbers, maybe like 8 and 12. So I have to separate them with a space. So 8 and 12. So 8 divided by 12 is 0 with the remainder of 8. So if I run this again, say 12, then 7. So 5. So this is basically 12 modulus 7. So you have to divide first. So be 1 times 7 is 7, and 12 minus 7 is 5. So 5 is the remainder in this case. Okay, let's get back to here. Repeat. Let's replace this, the whole thing, replace the whole thing, then try running it. Okay, so here B. Let me run that again. So here it's not asking anything, so it's just declaring that we are defining A equals 3, B equals 4, and C equals 5. And then if you do this operation, the answer is 6. Okay, you do this operation, which is exactly this one, and the answer is 6. Okay, you do this operation, the answer is Y. Okay. So here you see so it doesn't go to the next line. So from line 15, so we get this thing. Line 16 is actually declaring the number, the value for Y, which is a -6. Then from line 17 here, we have this /n. So /n is basically \n. \n is actually doing the same thing as less than ENDL. Okay, but this one needs to be within the quotation mark, double quotation mark. So the output will go in the next line. In the next line, it doesn't go to the next line. Oh, this one goes to the next line. But this one doesn't. Value of negative A, so that is from line 14. Sorry, line 15. It's this thing. So so when time it shows this thing, it comes across this statement, so it will reduce it. So this part will give you a 2. 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 times 3 plus b is 4, that will be 7. 2 times 7 will be 14, over this part will be 14. 14 divided by 2 is 7. Okay, is 7. Then, so remember that this part, this term is going to be, this whole term is 7. And then we have C plus plus. C is initially what, declared to be 5. So when the first time we see this thing, it changes, it increases from 5 to 6. This part will be 6 times b is 4. 6 times 4 is 24. 24. So 7 7 minus 20, negative 17, negative 17, negative 13. So yeah, why is that so? What is this thing? Minus okay, so let me think, why is it? So we have 2 times 3 plus divide by 2. So that's a 7 minus C plus plus. So C initial is 5, becomes 6. 6 times B is 4. So it's supposed to be negative 17. But this one is not showing that. So yeah, we have to look into why it is like that. So what is the priority here? Priority. So yeah, that's something that we have to think about. Why this one gives a y that is 13, negative 13 instead of negative 17. Okay. Anywho, I guess we have to look into that matter. Maybe you can find that answer. Okay. Okay, and then the next one is IOManip is another header or folder that we can include. IOManip. So these are some of the things. Okay, sometimes even without IOmanip, like before, we did not use IOmanip, but we can also still use ENDL. Okay, and then maybe not much else, but yeah, like /t is also under IOmanip. So this is so if you do it and then it's not it doesn't work, and then most probably one of the way to fix it is by including IOmanip other than the most important one, which is IO stream, input output stream. So this is another regularly used this one /t is for horizontal tab. So this is also very important. So /n /t /n and ENDL. You must have IOmanip. Okay, so that can so when we run it, we can have this kind of output. So maybe you can try to do this by copying it. We copy the whole thing, then go to C++. Guess we can go all the way up, then replace it, and then try to run this thing. Please enter an integer. So what integer should we put? Say 13 is an integer. I guess we give it a space, a dollar amount, maybe 2.6 billion. Okay, 2.6 maybe, and then a character. So character maybe to say thank you, you entered. So 13 is the first integer, and then it has the RM thing, and then the value is 2.6. So to RM2 ringgit 60 cents, and then the letter is P. So I guess you try to think about it, how to use this thing, the set W, set fill, and things like that, set precision. So all these things you can do when IOmanip is used, is available. I guess if I double comment that out, let's see if it will still work. So no, so it doesn't understand because this set W and a lot of similar stuff. At least set W is not it's not understood. It's not in this folder or header. So that's how you know that you you're going to need to include some other header. Okay. Yeah. I guess in the maybe some of you guys have seen this. I guess in section 7. comma. So yeah, it's expecting some input, user input. So let me run that again. I put 52, and it's asking for some values for A and B. So let's say 11 space 13. Okay, then I will do this thing. So that 143 is 11 times 13. So do you remember the Cepher 13 or Cepher 11? So if you use your calculator, indeed, this is 143. If you times A and B, 11 times 13. So I guess that's, I'm gonna put some homework. As, this one will require you to do some simple, just to have some fun with us, this coding. Okay. Maybe I can show you one example. One example. Maybe that example is just converting some values some values, and convert. Say you want to convert this thing if a pressure is 1 square inch, PSI, pound per square inch, you want to convert to Pascal, megapascal. So let's try to do that. Maybe from this programmist, let's convert that. So I guess I will ask for input. Input. Okay. Measure. No, that can be floating point. So I guess they need this integer thing. So this one is press PSI. Then the other is pressure MPA or GPA. GPA. Maybe GPA. Gigapascal. So here I'm gonna ask give enter pressure in PSI, pound per square inch. Okay. Okay, and then this one will be this one. Copy that, paste here. Double, offload. calculation. So maybe press GPA in gigapascal will be what? Okay, so how do we do that? So I guess you can just go here and take this one, but this one is megapascal. So if gigapascal, you have to divide another 1000, I guess. So I'm gonna copy that, go to programmist. So it'll be paste that. So it'll be this pressure, copy, paste. So 1000 more. Because that one is mega, so you have to divide by another 1000. Don't forget the semicolon, and then just copy this thing, copy, paste. So this the pressure in GPA. So that'll be the answer over there. Okay, so you have to do this less than, and then put the variable or the identifier GPA, and then maybe put ENDL at the end. Okay, let's try to run this thing. Run it. At the pressure in PSI, maybe I'm gonna try 28 E7. 20. So it'll be, or maybe supposed to be power 6. 28 E6. So that will give you about 193 GPA, gigapascal. Okay, so let's try that using that online thingy. So that one, if I put 28 E6, so that is this one, 193, but you have to divide by 1000. So 1, 2, 3. So that's about 193 gigapascal, or 193,053.2 megapascal. So I hope you get what I'm trying to say here. So I'm going to stop sharing here, and then I will definitely post the homework and also this video very soon in ULearn, as well as in our groups S6 and S7. Have a great day. Have a great night.